Hi gang, how's it going? Today I'm going to show you how I transform these dull, lifeless shelves into a beautiful, bright centerpiece for the living room. The first step is to sand your furniture. Unfortunately, I didn't film this part of the project, but if you are working with vinyl like I am, you will just need to lightly sand the surface so that you can remove the sheen from the furniture. You want a nice matte surface so that your primer and paint can adhere to it. I used medium and fine sandpaper for a gentle sanding. Once you are done sanding, you will want to wipe down your piece so that you remove any dust particles from the surface. You must have a clean surface before priming. I recommend using a damp towel to dust off any residue. Once you are finished wiping the shelves, you can begin priming. I used a small 6-inch foam roller brush to lay down the primer. Now the key here is to do several thin yet even coats. Make sure that they are even and make sure that you cannot still see the color of the shelf beneath. Also make sure that you're allowing the paint to sufficiently dry between coats. I pretty much did a whole coat on each shelf. Then I went back to my starting point, and my starting point was dry by the time I got back around to it. But if you have a small piece of furniture, then I would just recommend waiting about 30 minutes in between coats. Now I went a little overboard and I did 5 coats of paint, and that's because I didn't listen to my own advice and apply even coats. As you can tell, there's a lot of the shelf seeping through there, the black from the shelf seeping through underneath. So it was really hard to see outside. Excuses, I know. Once you are done priming, you want to let that last coat of primer cure for at least a couple of hours. On this particular project, I waited until the next day. The process for applying the paint will be identical to the process for the primer. Several thin, even coats. Wait a sufficient amount of time between coats. Once you've finished all of that and you've done your last coat of paint, let your paint cure for at least a day before putting anything on it. This is just to ensure that you don't chip or scratch any of it. Here is what the finished product looks like. It's so beautiful. I'm loving it. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. Until next time, guys, take care.